most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Emiliano, a.k.a. Jive Turkey Nano.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as always, is the co-host with the most, Jive Turkey Nano. How we doing, brother?
Let's go. Doing great, brother. Great to see you as always. Happy Friday, ladies, gents, and everybody in the MMA community. Great to see you. We are here, no filter, new backgrounds, but same vibes. Shout out UFC Sacramento out here representing. Got the A's on. I'm in Cali, y'all, if you haven't gotten the hint already. But, visit some family. It's Father's Day weekend, so make sure y'all, say what up to Pops if he's around. And if not, then, you know what? We're going to keep it moving. And you got us right here, ready to celebrate. And you got some violence to look forward to this Saturday. Can't wait, brother. Ready to dive on in with you.
That's right. If you can't make it over to visit your pops this weekend, we've got a hell of a fight card to tuck us in either way on Saturday night, folks. And it is taking place in Atlanta. Let's go. Let's jump right on into it, boys and girls, fight fans of all shapes and sizes, as we like to say around here. Because, again, it is a banger. Headlined by Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley. Of course, Kamaru Usman, Kamaru Dean, a.k.a. Marty from Nebraska, coming in here against the young up-and-comer, the surging Joaquin Buckley. I mean, a 7-year age difference and much, much more. But we are going to get into that at the top of the show. Right now, we're at the bottom of the show, folks. So we have to start at the bottom of the card, right, as we usually do. And that takes place in the women's flyweight division in a bout between Jamie Lynn Horth and Vanessa, Little Monster Demopoulos, who every time I mention on this show, I have to remind you guys and gals, we had the pleasure of meeting Vanessa, Little Monster Demo in Vegas, not once, but twice. And man, if I could just bottle any one person's energy and just like aura up into a bottle and break it out on a rainy day or when someone's upset, it would probably be Vanessa's, because she's just so happy, so energetic, a literal ray of sunshine in person. And she's making a very quick turnaround in this fight, right? If you look at when she was last out there, it wasn't that long ago, right? No, April 5th, she was out there and suffered a loss to Talita Alankar, a weight class down in the strawweight division. So she's taking this fight on, I believe, short notice. She's stepping up a weight class. I'm going to let you jump in here and tell the people what you think about this one. How do you see this one shaking out?
Yeah, brother, those things you just mentioned are a great lead-in for why I'm a little worried for our girl, Little Monster, Vanessa Demopoulos. Shout out Greece, one of my favorite cities, or excuse me, one of my favorite states I've ever visited, man. Absolutely love the country, man. But in regards to fighters, like you hit the nail on the head, got a chance to meet her last year. Absolute bubbly and contagious personality. I know that doesn't necessarily translate into the octagon, but as far as who I'm riding with and who I want to see go against the odds and tell the Vegas odd makers to shove it up their rear, I'm going with Vanessa on this one, man. It's unorthodox, right? Obviously, you look at it on paper, you see a big, imposing threat across the octagon from her in her opponent, Jamie Lynn Horth. She's a big girl. She's a mean girl. And obviously going up a weight class, there's a lot of posing threats. But I think Little Monster is built to last, man. She's built for tough. She's got the right kind of style, that center of lower center of gravity. I think if she stays inside the pocket and makes it a more of a phone booth type fight, I think she's gonna have a good path to victory. And I do think her wrestling and grappling is better than Jamie Lynn Horth. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm not familiar with her game. And again, y'all, we keep it no filter. I'm riding with Vanessa regardless, y'all. Okay, again. setting the tone with the first underdog pick of the card here. And again, I think there's a path to victory. 9 weeks off of camp, off of her last fight. You may argue that's too quick. I think you can make a case short of the maybe weight cutting. You could also argue, hey, if I didn't take a lot of damage, I'm fresh. Like I am like no ring rust. There's not gonna be as many nerves. I think that might help her, especially if she's going up a weight class. You're not having to actually go back down and really drain yourself thin. This might be best case scenario for a quick turnaround as far as having a little less weight to cut and all odds against you and no pressure. Yeah, nothing to lose if you're a Vanessa Demopoulos here. So I'm riding with the regardless. We're keeping the no filter. And real quick, what up, crossover? We see you as well. Shout out everyone in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know your thoughts. And we'll be sure to post you up here as well. But MMAnomaly, give it to us straight, brother. Am I, are you drinking the Kool-Aid with me or am I talking crazy? Talk to the people.
Come on, don't be crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Are you drinking the Kool-Aid? Am I drinking the Kool-Aid? Are we drinking the Kool-Aid? Are we being crazy?
Come on, don't be crazy.
I think maybe we are. But either way, my guy, I'm with you. If you look at it on DraftKings, our preferred sports book, obviously, right? You can see that it's not a fun line if you're Vanessa Demopoulos, right? Plus 455. About a 5-1 underdog here. Like, people do not think that she's going to get it done. So I love to cut against the grain, as we say. What can I say, man? I genuinely like the chances of a Vanessa Demopoulos in here. The thing that worries me the most is Jamie Lynn Horth in that fight. I should speak on her most recent fights, right? So Miranda Maverick, just back in December of 2024. She looked pretty damn good in that fight, even though she lost it. She was able to stuff all but 2 of Miranda's 9 takedown attempts. And she outlanded Miranda on total strikes, even though she lost a split decision or a unanimous decision in that one. And I mean, other than that, I haven't really been supremely impressed by her. I mean, the Veronica Hardy split decision loss as well. Like, Veronica Hardy, we love her around here, but she went out there and lost to her. I thought it was a pretty decisive loss. And I mean, Vanessa, she's better than people give her credit for, man. She actually has a really, really solid grappling acumen, and her striking is not bad at all. Her speed, I think, is one of her best testaments. And her ability to kind of wear damage without looking like she's wearing the damage, so to speak. So am I going to be betting on this one? No. Do I like Vanessa in this fight? I do. I think she's got a dog's chance in this. I think it's a 50-50 shot. Jamie Lynn Horth, again, hasn't really done a ton to impress me. And if you just look at it on paper, I mean, Jamie Lynn Horth is the bigger person, and Vanessa is taking this on short notice. So all signs point to Jamie Lynn Horth getting the win here, which is why I will not be betting on this. I know if I did bet on it, I would be betting with my heart, as would you, because we've met Vanessa. So avoiding this one from a betting perspective, but hoping it's going to be a good match that we can just enjoy as fans. Speaking of good matches that we should be able to enjoy as fans, this welterweight bout coming up next. Philip Rowe versus Angelusa. My goodness. Nano, what year is it, bro? Like, what is happening?
Throwback, huh? I like this. A little Phil Rowe action.
Yeah, dude. Phil Rowe, I feel like we don't get to see that often. Like, we saw him in 2023 fight one time against Neil Magny. We saw him fight one time in 2024 against Jake Matthews. And, I mean, his most active year was 2022, which seemed like he was going to make a name for himself out here, right? He went out there and got a win over Jason Witt, had a canceled bout against Abubakar Nurmagomedov, and then got the win via knockout in the 3rd round over Nico the Freak Price. And Angelusa just looks kind of like a comic book superhero. Dude is just built like a specimen. Last time he was out there was in 2024 in July. We saw him take the L against Gabriel Bonfim, one of them Bonfim boys. And yeah, man, we also saw before that him get a draw, a no contest in round 2, with words being shared after the fact against Brian Battle, right? This is an interesting matchup from a styles perspective, but I like Phil Rowe in this fight. I think Phil Rowe is the much more well-rounded fighter. I think he's the longer fighter for damn sure, right? He's got a 6.5-inch reach advantage. And he's also the taller fighter. So I don't know if you've ever fought somebody or sparred somebody that's taller than you. I'd imagine you have, even though you're a fucking Neanderthal built tall motherfucker yourself. No offense, with all due respect, Nano. But, you know, when you're fighting people that are taller than you, you're punching up, and that's fucking exhausting, bro. So Anže Loosa is literally going to be fighting an uphill battle. And shout out Cam Jackson. How we doing, bro? Love seeing you in the chat.
Let's go.
Phil Rowe all day, my guy. Couldn't have said it better myself. Phil Rowe all day. That's the play. And right now, you get him at dog odds. He's plus 120. So I definitely think there's going to have to be a little bit of a sprinkle on Phil Rowe here, folks. Nano, what are you thinking? Am I crazy?
You're not crazy, my brother. I definitely like the odds. I like the fact that everyone's counting out our boy, the Fresh Prince, Philip Rowe, Phil PR, man. He's the guy. And I think the length is going to be the moneymaker. And his path to victory, using his skill set and the fact that, you know, he knows where he's been. He's been through the ups and downs. And at this stage in his career, no pressure, nothing but just going out and focusing on what the main thing is. It's just put on a good show. And as long as he's healthy and as long as he's motivated, I think he can go out and like swing and bang with the best of them. Anže Loosa, I am not as confident in some of his previous matches against someone big like a Brian Battle or against another large guy in the division like a Gabriel Bonfim. Like you mentioned, sometimes like fighting those bigger guys, it's tricky, man. And to answer your question, you met my little brother, my big little brother Marcos, who's 6'3" and probably even every bit of that.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, I've been punching up since I was in 8th grade. I don't know how that happened. This guy passed me up, I think, well into middle school. So yeah, I know all about it. and all things considered, I think when you got someone that's been in the game for as long as Phil Rowe still has a lot of tread on the tires. I was kind of surprised to see he's only 34 years old, still on that kind of sweet spot of I can still go out, get it done, still competitive, still athletic enough, again, bearing any injuries, which I don't think he's coming in with anything like that, hasn't had any long layoffs. I think this is his time, man. I really like the matchup. I think like Cameron Jackson spitting fire here in the chat as well. I don't think Loosa will be able to really be able to go the full distance there and close the distance most specifically.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to close the distance that's a 6.5-inch reach. And it's one thing if somebody doesn't utilize it very well, but Phil Rowe, he's the Fresh Prince for a reason, bro. He's very fresh in there with the moves and the footwork and also just the striking overall. He is a mixed martial artist, right? I wouldn't say that he's like a style pure fighter. He's a mixed martial artist. He's a complete mixed martial artist. And he's one with a significant reach advantage. So, it's going to be tough for Anže to close that distance.
Facts. And
we're looking at underdogs this week. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Instead of using DraftKings, we're going to throw in some underdogs picks. And I think a safe one, just jumping back to that first fight, right? And then we'll move past it officially. Vanessa Demopoulos versus Jamie Lynn Horth. So there's two options that I'm thinking. There's one, fight to go the distance, right? So they call it higher than 14.99 minutes, which is fight to go the distance. And that's a 0.6x multiplier. So you get no multiplier on that, right? Or you can get a flat pick on picking Vanessa Demopoulos on significant strikes. Now, hear me out on this. I know that's a kind of risky pick, okay? But let me tell you why. On Underdog's fantasy app, they actually give you a buffer if it's a heavy favorite or a heavy dog. So if it's a heavy dog, and you're picking them on significant strikes, for example, Vanessa Demopoulos has an 11.5 adjustment strike differential. So as long as she lands within 11 significant strikes of her opponent, that bet cashes, that bet hits. And I mean, is it risky if you look at her last fight against Talita Alankar? Absolutely. She got outlanded by 35 significant strikes. If you look at the fight before that, dead even with the girl who submitted her 3 minutes and 28 seconds into round number 1, Jacqueline Amarim. They both landed only 2 strikes. Before that, if you have someone with a high strike output like an Emily Ducote, sure, she's going to outland her. She outlanded her even then on total strikes. It was 147 to 126. On significant strikes, it was 109 to 143. yes, I would have lost that. But I can tell you on that one, they probably had a plus 30 strike differential for that bet. So they knew that there's a big strike differential that's going to take place. Again, you go back to her earlier fights against people that are grapple heavy and don't have a huge like strike output, like a Kanaka Murata, 34-31 on significant strikes. Would have cashed. And then you go back and you look at Jamie Lynn Horth, and we just talked about this a moment ago, right? No, like Miranda Maverick, she got outlanded, and this was a fight that went 15 minutes. She only landed 15 significant strikes.
Jeez, one per minute.
And then if you look at the fight before that, again, a 15-minute fight, she landed 29 significant strikes.
Two.
I feel like maybe they missed the line on this. You know what I mean? Like, even if she improves at that same stake, like, you're telling me Vanessa's not going to land 15 significant strikes, dog?
Come on, she's due. I mean, she can do that
one
in her
per
sleep.
minute. I think she can probably do it. So we'll sprinkle it a couple different ways, but one of the ways I think is this 11.5 strike adjustment on Vanessa Demopoulos. And then if we look at Phil Rowe versus Angelusa, this is just stupid, guys. Like, they are giving us a 26.5 strike adjustment on Phil Rowe.
Come on.
So as long as he lands within 27 significant strikes of his opponent, that cashes. Am I stupid? Like, am I missing a big marker here? Or is that free money?
I mean, Underdog and Vegas and our, preferred sportsbook and DraftKings, they must be seeing something we're not seeing. They must be a little bit more high and mighty on a Angelusa, but I'm not seeing it, right? I'm not seeing him, and even that stat right there, right? You're kind of insinuating that he's running away with it a little bit. That he's 3-1. What Phil Rowe's going to do as far as output, I just don't see that happening. I just don't. He's so slick with it. He's gonna be throwing elbows and knees, everything, and he's dangerous from anywhere he is, whether he's backed up against the wall and you're trying to take him down, he's going to be trying to hurt you. He's always looking to strike. That feels like a robbery, but that's why we're here, y'all. We're letting y'all know. Come on, let us know how you're feeling as well. We see a lot of y'all in the chat also. Let's go.
It feels so weird that they would do that, because again, like there's only been 2 people to my knowledge that have outlanded him at that high of a differential, and that's Jake Matthews, who I know it feels like we've been watching him for the last decade plus, which we have. But he's still young as fuck, bro. Like, Jake Matthews, by all rights, is still a child, man. He's a young man. And he's a dog. He's got high output. Yeah. And then before then, the last guy to do that to him was, God, who was it? I just had the name up here. It
Magny?
was fucking, no, Nico Price. No, Magny, they landed dead even.
Oh, well, okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Magny didn't outland him like that. So,
yeah,
I think this feels. I mean, yeah, they must be seeing something we're not seeing, because this feels like free money to me. And shout out to the chat, Juice Man. What up, players? What up, Juice?
What up, Juice? Juice is loose.
How we doing? Andrew Nance, how we doing?
Nance.
And my guy Jax, the Phil Rowe disrespect is kind of odd. My guy.
All right.
I agree, M-Dub. I agree,
he fucking gets it. This guy gets it. Come on. What up, Lane? How we doing? Dude.
What up, Lane?
Lane said she's all over the place with this card. Yeah, same. I'm going back and forth. Like, but this is one of the ones that I'm more confident in. I feel like Phil Rowe is... Like, he's not going to go out here and knock this man out cold in the first 45 seconds or something crazy. Fuck, watch him do that now and just make me look like an absolute fool.
We're going to clip and go viral for that.
Somebody clip that. But no, like, I feel like a 26.5 significant strike adjustment on him on underdogs is just wild. It's just wild. So with just those two, with the 2 strike adjustments and favorites, you basically get 3x your money. So if you put 50 on that, you get 150. You put 5 on it, you get 15. You put 100 on it, you get 300. Easy maths. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that one in, and then I'm gonna click reuse players here, which is a really great feature on underdogs. Shout out. And then we'll go ahead and jump on into the next fight, man. Because I think we're both riding the same train on that one, even if it's a crazy train, I guess. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and jump down a couple weight classes to the little guys. Right? The bantamweight division for a bantamweight banger of sorts. We have a bout between Ricky Simone coming in against Cameron Smotherman. Smotherman. My goodness, what a name. With the name Smotherman, you're either going to be a serial killer or a professional fighter. I think he chose the right path. Nano, who you got in this one?
Oh man, this is a fun one, my brother. We got Ricky Simon, the OG. This feels like an OG card, right? It's like bringing out all the fancy old toys for all the new kids. Like, hey, this is what we got, man. Y'all didn't even know. We got a Ricky Simon on the card as well. Again, absolute stud. He's going to go out there and put on a show. He did have a bad stint, but boy, is he trending in the right direction after that most recent win and knockout over a Javid Basharat, who feels similar to a Cameron Smotherman, right? Somebody that is coming in with a lot of steam, is a young name, still looking to, kind of break through. And, Cameron, although I love him and his talent and how young he is and what's in store for him in the future, this is not the match, unfortunately, where he's going to go out. And I think, like, we've liked our underdogs so far. I don't see this one going that way for him. I think this is a big step up in competition. He's taken it on short notice due to our boy Charles Air Jourdain not being able to square off, which, boy, can you imagine how much funner this card would have been if they were able to actually have that kind of tussle. But unfortunately, Jourdain got hurt. So, again, you got to give Smotherman props for stepping up. Maybe there's less pressure on him, knowing that, hey, all the cards are stacked against him, and he does have the skills on the feet to definitely give Ricky some trouble. But Ricky laces him up just as well as anybody else in this division, and he has that wrestling background as well. And he's just, frankly, tough as nails. He still has that granite chin, and for these bantamweighters, I think that goes a long way. He's not going to slow down. He's not going to wilt. He's going to go take care of business for 15 minutes, 25 if he needed to. So I'm taking Ricky Simon, the OG. And I usually like my young bucks, my brother, but that's how confident I feel in the guy that has gone out there and typically wins the ones that, maybe he's not supposed to. And this is one that, again, different matchup, but he's ready for the call. So give me Ricky Simon. Are we high-minded on this one, my brother, or do you think the young buck's going to shock the world and make a name for himself come Saturday night?
Man, no, we're high-minding. We're staying it through, I think, for this one. I'm just looking at the lines here because I'm confused again by underdogs and their methodology. I get it. Ricky Simon is more of a grappler. He's more of a shoot-style fighter, but he only absorbs a heavy strike differential when he's in there against wily veterans or like future stars. Smotherman might be a future star, but it's not today, it's not tomorrow, and it's probably not even next year, right? He's got some learning to do. He's really talented. He's got a lot of promise, and a lot of moxie, as you say. But this is just he pulled a short straw here, and they're giving us Ricky Simon at a plus 17.5 significant strike adjustment on underdogs. So they think Smotherman's going to outland him by 18 significant strikes at least. Now that might happen. Smotherman's slick on the feet, but he slows down significantly after he's been taken down and grapple fucked. Ricky is one of the kings of doing that. Like, the guy, he'll shoot 10 takedowns to get 2. He's like if Merab is Budweiser, he's Bud Light, bro. Like, come on, let's just call a fucking spade a spade here. It's still a great beer. I like that. It is. I love both, bro. And then you've got the Coors Lights of the division too. We could talk about all of them. But dude, like, there's a couple of really interesting lines. So they have the over 2.5 takedowns at a 0.88 multiplier, and they've got the under 2.5 takedowns at a 1.09x multiplier here. Again, Ricky Simon is great at grappling, but he usually doesn't hit more than 2 takedowns per fight. So they're telling me that they see Ricky Simon hitting at least 3 takedowns in this fight or more, when he usually averages 2 at best. But if you look at Cameron Smotherman's most recent fight, he went out there and, he got smothered, man. Cameron Smotherman got smothered, man. Dude landed 5 out of 12 takedowns and made it look fairly easy doing it, right? The control time that he racked up after those takedowns was significant enough to get him the win over an upcomer in Cameron Smotherman. And that makes me more confident in the strike differential pick. Because, if you think he's going to land fucking over 2.5 takedowns, why am I going to take the hit on that and get less than a 1x multiplier? Because if he gets 3 takedowns, 4 takedowns, he's going to probably outland his opponent, let alone not get outlanded by 18 significant strikes.
You're right.
Feels like a solid pick 'em.
Makes sense. If it makes dollars, it makes sense.
So that brings us up on this 3-legger, and I'm just going to keep building to this. I'm going to put in like a builder parlay. So starting from the first fight, we did the 2-leg, and then we're doing a 3-leg now, and then maybe we'll do like a 4, 5, 6-leg, and we'll just throw like a half unit or a unit on each of these. So this one will basically multiply into 6x your units. So if you're putting 50 on that, that turns into 300. Put $5 on it, that's 30. Put $10 on it, that's 60, etc. So on, so forth. And again, like the strike differential, I'm just going to harp on it one more time. There's not even a reach advantage here. There's the same fucking reach. Like,
that's interesting. Yeah.
There's a 4-inch height difference, but the reach is the same. Like, if you have a height and a reach, dope. You're probably going to outland homie significantly. If you're the same reach as me and we've got less than 5 inches apart from us, like, with all due respect, I'm still landing mine, bro.
Yep. No advantage.
Speaking of landing, what up, Sav Jelly?
Yo.
Can't wait until you land in Vegas in just 2 short weeks so we can hang out, drink, kick it. Smotherman looked relieved that he made weight, and combining that with short notice, I think Simon is going to wrestle the F out of him. Dude, absolute
well
facts,
said.
Jax. Jax always spitting facts. I mean, the dude's name rhymes with the word. It just makes sense, folks. Come on. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. What up, Rob Rex? How we doing? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday, my friend. With that, since we're riding the same train here, we'll just keep it flowing, man. We'll keep it flowing and keep it going. Moving into the flyweight division. I said we were talking about the little guys. We're talking about the littler guys now, okay? We're going down on into the flyweight division, these 125ers. We got Cody Custom Made Durden coming in against Jose Ochoa. Ochoa, Nano, tell them what you know. Who you going for, brother?
You know what's interesting is I don't know much about Ochoa, man. You know, the name's fun to say, Jose Ochoa, for sure. Sounds like somebody I might have went to high school with, but I was surprised to see him as the favorite, my brother. You know, this guy's a young buck in the UFC, still making a name for himself. He's 0-1. He lost to a Loner Kavanaugh, who is a stud. Definitely don't want to.
I've been waiting for this.
Woo.
I'm about to make a name for myself here.
This man from Peru is trying to come through and make a name, man. The 24-year-old phenom, you could call him, coming from that Chute box, Diego Lima fight camp. You know he's going to come in, be ready to go. But I haven't seen him prove it yet, right? I think that's going to be my one takeaway. He's 0-1, again, against a Loner Kavanaugh, who is a high-level competitor. But so is Cody effing Durden, y'all. He is one of the flyest guys in the flyweight division, okay? He flies high. He's custom made, baby. That means he is built to last. And he's hard to duplicate, you know. Try to imitate him, never duplicate him, okay? And the reality is he's been fighting all the fly guys, the top fly guys in the world since day one for the last few years. Yeah, he may not be on the winning side every single time, but it's a flip of the coin when you're battling all the who's, the biggest names, again, across the world. So until Jose Ochoa goes out there and proves to me that he can be victorious in that kind of setting, I'm pumping the brakes, man. And I'm taking Triple OG, the man with a decade more of life, but that's also 10 years of fight experience, y'all. That's 10,000 hours right there. He's going to have some iron sharp blades, and then he's got that wrestling background. And did I mention that Cody is fighting in his backyard? He's from the ATL. Up to no good, come on. ATL Atlanta.
Let's go.
What you know. Shout out the movie. Shout out T.I. Shout out Migos. Shout out all the Atlanteans, man. Shout out Michael Vick, at least for the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Too far. We'll tell on there. Sorry. I ran out of Atlanta. Shout out Trey Young, Atlanta Hawks. There we go. Now dish it back to the boy over here, my brother. MMAnomaly.
Trey Young, Trey Old, all the Treys. Shout out all the Treys.
I'm Trey Old on this one. I'm going custom made, baby.
Shout out Trey's Leche's Cakes. You know what I'm saying? Big
fan.
fan.
Oh, that's my favorite
Big
cake.
fan.
Oh, it's my favorite cake. You know that. Oh, baby.
Telling me it's 3 milks?
I love every milk. Come on. Milk and cake? It's my two favorite things.
Let's go. Going back to an old comment here. Plus, Simone's going to get that American top team. Yeah, he's going to get that American top control, bro. It's happening. It's happening. Shot time. Shout out to the boys. Andrew Nance. I don't have a bottle next to me, but I will grab one. I will grab one by the end of the show, my friend. Stick around. We'll do one for the main event. You know what I'm saying? Shout out the boys. We do have a beer in hand, though, so cheers to you. Boom. So yeah, when it comes to this Cody Durden pick, I'm with you, bro. I am with you. Cody, custom made. Durden's about to put a custom made ass whooping on that boy, Jose Ochoa. Let me tell you what. I think that's the case because when I looked at his fight against Loner Kavanaugh, I thought that he did get handily outclassed in that fight. I thought he got beat. I don't want to say he got beat up, but he got beat, right? I think it was a clear loss for him. And I think the most interesting takeaway from that fight, rather, is the fact that he didn't get taken down one time by Loner Kavanaugh, and he still got outstruck, or at least on significant strikes, right? And he also couldn't get a takedown of his own over a Loner Kavanaugh, who is definitely not a grappler. So what happens when a custom-made Cody Durden, who is a grappler, is able to go out there and get a takedown on you? Because let me tell you, my friend, Joshua Van down by the river, has incredible takedown defense, right? He is like a little flyweight Chuck Liddell. He's not going to grapple you, but he's going to stop you from grappling him and then knock your shit the fuck out, kid. I love the way that kid fights. And let me tell you, he could not put Cody Durden out. He could not finish him, but he did outstrike him almost 3-1, 184-74. Oh my God. What a differential, my guy. Hey! And then he went out there with Cody, with Matt Schnell, and like Matt Schnell was piecing him up in the first round, and he still found a way to get the sub in round number 2, right? Just 29 seconds in, he saw something at the end of that first round, and he figured it the fuck out. Bruno Silva, right? Bruno Silva's a beast. He won their fight. He got a knockout over Cody. That first round was nasty work by Cody. Got one-on-one takedown, made it a gritty fight, made it a nasty fight. What I'm saying, all this to say, Cody Durden is two things. He's hard as fuck to knock out. And he's in your face the entire time this fight is happening. He is right here. He's in this zone. Like, get used to seeing this, because this is what the fuck you're going to be seeing the whole time you're fighting Cody. He's just in this space. Like, if you are a striker and you like to strike at range, good luck when you're fighting somebody that is grapple heavy and also has semi-decent striking like Cody Durden. He's going to be in your face. He's going to make this an uncomfortable fight, and he's going to land a takedown. And I'm intrigued to see what happens to a Jose Ochoa when he gets taken down and put on his back. Does he scramble to get back to his feet? Does he accept position? Does he fight for submissions off the back? Because to your point, Nato, like, I haven't seen enough from the calcifier. I don't know what he's capable of. I know he's got one submission win to his name. I know it was an anaconda choke. That's what got him into the UFC, right? It was his last fight in the LFA against Juscelino Pantoja. And fair enough. Like, I watched the highlight. It looked great. It was nice. But have you ever heard of Juscelino Pantoja? Because that's the only time I watched the highlight with that guy in it. I can't really speak to it, right? Like, he doesn't land that against Cody Durden. And even if he does, my brother, there's going to be a lot more resistance going on inside of that fucking octagon than there was on the night that he landed it against old boy. So I like this fight. I like this fight a lot. And I'll tell you, the lines are not as easy on this one as they felt on the last three. So I don't know if you're looking at underdogs right now, but what I'm seeing is you can pick Cody Durden by finish, which is a 2.5x multiplier. I don't know that he gets the finish. Knockout is almost a 7x multiplier. Submission is almost a 4x multiplier. You can pick him on significant strikes. 42.5 is a hell of a bar to set, though, over under. 2.5 takedowns feels like the path. We know he'll shoot takedowns. The issue is if he goes out there and he lands a takedown early and just dominates in the control time, then what, right? Like, does he even need to get a third takedown? But we've also seen him go to the decision with a Carlos Molta and land 4. We've seen him go to the decision with a JP Buys, or not the decision. No, he knocked that guy out. No, just kidding. That wasn't a decision at all. He embarrassed that dude. The decision before that is what I was thinking of against Kilangeori, and he landed 5. So if this does go the distance, I think the 2.5 takedowns might be the smart bet here. But curious, do you have any picks on this as far as the underdog's legs go?
Ooh, I mean, honestly, anything with Cody involved, I'm definitely going to be considering it. I would just take him straight up as on our preferred Berg DraftKings as well. I got to re-download my underdogs, unfortunately. I can't pull up the lines, but I definitely like, I mean, whether it's takedowns, whether it's strikes, I could see this one going the distance as well. I mean, there's a lot of different ways we can kind of, peel this onion back here. Is there anything that's sticking out to you, my brother?
I think the takedowns is probably the easiest one. I mean, so. Just because if you look at his last 2 decision wins, right? Mm-hmm. Last 2 times he's won by decision, he got 4 takedowns and 17 significant strikes over Carlos Molta. And he got 5 takedowns and 60 significant strikes over Kilangeori. I don't know, man. The takedowns feels like the safe bet.
I think so.
And there's no multiplier on either of them, so there's no better pick as far as the betting juice, so to speak.
Yeah, I think I like that.
Oh. All right. Cool. I'm going to clear these off because we've already placed a handful of bets on these, and then we'll start over with a fresh one here. Boom. Cool. Start over with a fresh little parlay for this next one because this one's going to be a banger. We got bantamweight return of Chris, the Joker, Dino. My goodness, my gracious me. This is the man, the myth, the legend that Sean O'Malley came out there and just started playing basketball while fighting. You know him. You love him, I hope. He's coming back. And I feel like the UFC is not doing this guy any favors. Short notice fight against Sean O'Malley. He saved the card so Sean O'Malley could basically beat him up for 25 minutes. I mean, I felt bad watching that fight, remember? Like, it was tough. And they bring him back because they're like, oh, hey, here's another kid that can knock your socks off. His name's Malcolm Wellmaker, but his last name should be Unwellmaker because he hurts people. He is a 10-1 dog right now. Did you know that? That's
Insane
tough.
odds. Insane odds right now.
That's tough. Imagine getting into the UFC not once, but twice, and being the biggest underdog on the card, not once, but twice. That is tough. That's tough. Yeah, man, I feel bad about everything to do with this fight. I hate that they're doing this to this guy, Chris, but he's also been on a bit of a tear. And I'm going to let you take over and tell the people how you feel about this fight before I steamroll through it.
There you go. I like it, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously, if you look at the odds, you're thinking, what the heck's going on? Malcolm Wellmaker, well, he better go out there and make her some money because those odds are crazy. He quit his job. He was like an oil rig miner of some sort and is now full-time UFC. I love to see that.
He was an oil rig welder, I believe.
Yeah, insane. So the fact that he's now involved fully into mixed martial arts, you got to love it. He's going to probably be getting better and better every time we see him. He is getting a little bit of that sugar Sean O'Malley treatment here, right? In terms of getting a Chris Moutinho and throwing these kind of odds on it. It's like, man, feels disrespectful. I think what else is disrespectful, what I would say is nice for us, is for him to land 23.5 significant strikes on underdogs. I'm seeing that as the line. Call me Creed, baby, because I'm taking me higher. Because let's just call it what it is. Sugar Sean landed the most significant strikes you can land on somebody, and that was Chris
Largest
Moutinho.
Significant strike differential in the division's history that night.
And it was well over 100 punches, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Malcolm Wellmaker can land probably at least 24, 25. Even if he puts Moutinho out at some point, we know that guy can take a few significant strikes. So I like that line. That's probably the only thing I'm touching, because I'm not going to take Wellmaker at minus 2,100 odds, and I don't think Chris Moutinho is going to do the impossible and knock out Malcolm Wellmaker. I just think the kid is talented. The line is set like that for a reason, but he's going to have to prove that he can, be smart, not empty the gas tank out too quick because of Chris Moutinho. is like freaking Frankenstein in there. He ain't going anywhere. So let's see what this kid's got. But that's my 2 cents, and I'll let you steamroll on through, brother. Keep the train rolling.
Yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I think 23.5 significant strikes over under is, again, it feels like easy money here. Yeah. I mean, unless he goes out there and just starches him. So, yeah. I mean, not necessarily the best thing in the world for Chris Moutinho. But, again, you got to look at what this guy's done since getting out of the UFC. He came in, had his fight against Sugar Sean O'Malley. And as Cameron pointed out in the chat here, Moutinho also got KO'd in the fight after O'Malley, so not ideal for him. I agree with you, Cam, but you got to look at the fights after that, right? He got knocked out in the following fight against Guido Canetti in the UFC, which is why he got cut. And Guido Canetti used to be the guy that if you're new, they'll feed Guido to you, right? Since then, he had a grappling match against Denise Paiva, loss. Then a boxing match against Josh Challenger, that's his actual last name, Challenger, and lost. And then he went on a bit of a run, right, at Combat Zone specifically, and then Cage Titans. So gets a win over Antonio Castillo Jr., Bulldog choke, love that choke. Then gets a win over Mateo Silva, round 2 ground and pound. Then gets a win over Jay Presley, round 1 guillotine. Then gets a round 3 KO over Elijah Harris in Combat Zone 84. Then promotes himself into freaking Cage Titans and takes Johnny Campbell out in round number 2. Made him retire. Like, this is a different Chris Moutinho, folks. I'm telling you. Am I saying he's going to come out here and flatline Malcolm Wellmaker, one of the hottest prospects on the UFC roster right now? No. No, dude, I'm not stupid. But am I telling you he should not be a plus 1,100 point underdog? Yes, he definitely should not be that. Like, at worst, he should be a plus 500. 10 to 1, 11 to 1, and every day it gets worse. I'm just waiting till fight day to fucking live bet it. 2 quality wins out of 6 fights, though. Look at the records of the competition. No, I agree. I definitely agree. But those 2 quality wins are still, like, solid wins. And they show vast improvement in his fight style and his capability. Again, I don't think he comes out here and wins this fight, but I think he lasts long enough for Malcolm Wellmaker to land 23.5 significant strikes. I mean, the only reason people are feeling this way about Malcolm Wellmaker is his most recent performance, right? Like, he came out there against Cameron Simon, gets it done in 6 strikes. It's a bit of an anomaly performance. We've seen something like that happen before with Sean O'Malley, right? Like, but he doesn't always go out there and starch people in 1 shot, 2 shots, 6 shots. So, anyways, I digress. What up, Lazy Bed? How we doing? Happy Friday the 13th, my guy.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Let's go. Friday the 13th. Scary.
Scary. So scary. Dude, yeah, the odds, that's what I'm saying, Cam. Like, the odds are nuts, dude. Plus 1,100.
Bonkers, dude.
Ridiculous.
I did the, like, freaking wide-eyed, like, what? Say what?
And, like, the 0.6x multiplier. So, like, you're telling me if I bet $1 on Malcolm Wellmaker to get a knockout as part of a parlay on Underdogs Fantasy, I'm only getting 60 cents back on that dollar? That's how confident they are that he's going to go out there and starch this guy?
Did they not learn anything from Peyton Talbot? That's all I'll say.
It's disrespectful, bro. Like, Sean's got hands. And he, like, landed 350 shots to this dude, and the dude was like,
is that all you got?
Hey, yo, Tommy, I heard no bell ring. One more round, Tommy. One more round.
My ring's outside. Yeah, what a guy. What a guy.
My ring's outside, Tommy. Let's go. That's fucking good. That's a fun movie.
Oh, great movie. Great movie.
Oh, man. This next fight is sad. This next fight is just a bit sad for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a bit sad. It is about between welterweights Michael Chiesa and Court the Crusher McGee. No, this fight is an interesting one, for many, many reasons. Mainly that both of these gentlemen are on the wrong side of 35 when it comes to fight sports. It's tough. It's tough to see these kinds of fights. It does feel like both men probably could have retired by now, or possibly even should have, but I don't like to nudge people in that direction. I'm just here to watch the fights, right? Now, with that being said, I'm going to give you the lead on this one because we got people in the chat calling for a shot. I am going to go ahead and grab a bottle of something real quick and appease the crowd.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
No. What's your thoughts?
I appreciate it, brother. I'll throw a few thoughts out there. Appreciate y'all. We see you, Nance. We see you, Cameron Jackson, Axon Jackson out there, Lane, bringing the pain. And you, Lazy Bed. Appreciate y'all. Let me know how you're feeling about this too. This is an OG matchup, right? It's obvious. 37 versus 40. And it feels like it's for us OGs, right? If this resonates with you, then I'm talking to you, right? If you're younger and you're like, who are these guys? Then we'll just take a back seat real quick because it's a good trip down memory lane. And it feels like it's a fun matchup where, I'm not worried about what's going to happen after for these guys. In fact, I'm kind of surprised to see them matched up still. Mostly talking about a Michael Chiesa, with his age and his involvement in the analyst side of things, and just curious to see the motivation and where things are now. But hey, we're all competitors. It's a hard scratch to itch, and you're seeing more and more guys go well into their 40s and still be able to hang on as far as athleticism goes, and maybe even that competitive drive, like I'm saying. But this one's an interesting one. I'm intrigued that Michael is such a high betting favorite. I think Court McGee definitely poses some threats. He's equally tough. He still has lead in his hands, even though he is 40 years old. I think something happens when you become that age. It's kind of like unlocking a new Super Saiyan level. So I think Court McGee definitely has a chance to go out there and maybe shock the Vegas odd makers. But I'm going to stay away from it from a Ben perspective because I like Chiesa as well. I think he is one of the more cerebral fighters. He has a high IQ. And so he's going to go out there and I think not make a lot of mistakes as long as the body holds up and the chin is still there, which I believe it should be. Hasn't been fighting as much. The activity level's definitely gone down. And again, he's going up against a guy who has a lot of tread on the tires as well. It's a good matchup, good OG. Just kind of sit back, enjoy the ride type feel for me here on this one. But I think Michael Chiesa is just a little too savvy, a little bit younger. I think he's going to find a way to get it done. Which makes me dish it over to my man, MMAnomaly. How you feeling about this, my brother? Looks like we convinced Lane to take some picks here, so we love seeing that. But tell us how you're feeling.
Well, first and foremost, we hope you cash those tickets and we hope they make you lots of money, Lane. I will tell you, if you were to place that exact bet on Underdogs Fantasy because of the way that they do their multipliers and non-multipliers on probabilities, you get 0.6x multiplier on the knockout for Malcolm Wellmaker. Like we said, you get 0.63 for Mansour Abdul Malik. So if you were to put $100 on that, you get a whopping $12.99 back in profit. You'd make $112.99. If you put 5,000 on that, you'd make $650 back. You'd have to bet an awful lot to win really anything on that for ours, which our bookie's out of town this week. So we are confined at the moment to Underdogs, which we're not mad about. We like it. We appreciate it. I will tell you that if you were to swap out that Malcolm Wellmaker pick for the over on significant strikes, I mean, that alone makes it a little bit more juice worth the squeeze kind of situation for us on Underdogs, at least, because that, $50 that would have made you like $1.50 in profit would now make you $44 in profit off of $50 because it adds a little bit to that multiplier because we get a flat 1, so it's a 1.6x multiplier, so, or 1.89 actually. So pretty solid stuff. But yeah, would love to hear the odds you're getting on it on DraftKings. I'm sure is what you're using. Actually, I could probably look that up real quick. Let's see here.
For I can pull it up here too.
Abdul Malik by TKO, KO, or DQ. And then the man, the myth, the legend. Oh, Phil Rose odds just got even worse. Plus 124 now.
Oh.
The line literally shifted in the wrong direction, guys.
Uh-oh.
You should be listening to the show, folks.
I know it.
So yeah, on DraftKings, a little bit better odds. If you put 50 on it on there, you get 76. So yeah, that's pretty solid. Better than minus 1.1, which is what we were getting on underdogs.
Yep.
Minus 149, is that right? Not bad. We'll take it. Minus 113 on your book. Oh man, yeah, they're not doing you any favors either. But that means it's high probability, right, Lane? Like, make that money. Make that money, kid.
Facts.
All right, folks. Cheers. Nano's got a water or something on hand. He's out of town. You've asked for it in the chat. I don't want to keep you hanging. So cheers, folks. Cheers to you. If you're tuned in right now, there's like 25 of you. Like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. You know what to do. Come on. Raise it up. You'll drink with us. Cheers.
Salud.
Salud. So, I digress. Yeah, we're going to take that over on the Malcolm Wellmaker, and we're going to jump into this Michael Chiesa Court McGee fight. I am not with you. I'm not with you. I'm just going to throw that out right at the beginning. I love you. I do. I appreciate you. I respect your opinion. I respect you. I respect your decision. But my guy, as Padme Amidala once told Anakin Skywalker, you're going down a path I can't follow you. I love Chiesa. He is the younger guy. He should be the fresher guy, but he's simply not. Michael Chiesa has had some pretty tough looks out there. Last couple of wins he's gotten have been over Max Payne Griffin and Tony Ferguson. Lost to Kevin Holland. Lost to Sean Brady. Lost to Vicente Luque. Beat Neil Magny in a close fight. But that was almost 5 years ago, bro. I mean, again, if you look at everybody he's beaten, they're retired or no longer fighting in the UFC. I would say his last super impressive win that really made me go holy fuck, he did that. He went out there and beat that guy. Was over Carlos Condit. Do you remember that name?
Oh boy, do I. Good trip down memory lane there.
He's a man. He's a myth.
But I had to go down memory lane.
That was back in 2018.
Yeah, so I had to go down memory lane. That's the thing.
That's tough, bro. So for me, I think Michael Chiesa's only path to victory in this entire fight is to get takedowns and get a submission. Tim Means couldn't do it. He's got solid takedowns. Alex Morono didn't even try to shoot takedowns on him because he started having success on the feet. And I'll be completely honest with you. I don't think Morono won that fight. I think Court McGee beat Alex Morono in that fight. Matt Brown versus Court McGee, Court took him down. He's not even a grappler like that. Ramiz Brahimaj came out there and shot 3 takedowns, got 1. Court McGee flipped the script, 5 out of 11 takedowns on him. I just think it's going to be a tough outing for Michael Chiesa because if he can't get takedowns, he's I don't want to say a fish out of water, but he's somewhere around that. And I like Court McGee in this fight, man. I'd like to think that he goes out there, and I don't want to see him get a finish because I like both of these guys, but I also don't want to see a 15-minute fight where both guys are getting beat the fuck up because they're both over that age where that should be happening to them, you know? And Chiesa's got a sharp mind. He's got a sharp tongue too on the mic. He's 2-3 in his last 5. It's probably going to be 3-3 in his last 6 after Saturday. And I say that as a Chiesa fan. I've loved seeing him on Tough this season, man. But I think it's gonna be. I think he drew a short straw. How am I betting on this one? I don't think I am. You can get some pretty solid multipliers if you think Court's gonna get a finish, but that's the thing is durability. Michael Chiesa is pretty durable, so I don't know that that's gonna happen. And then the strikes. Michael Chiesa is a wily dog. He might outland him on significant strikes and still lose the fight, and they're giving him a 4.5 adjustment on that, plus 4.5. For me, even that's tough. Cam's got him by 2nd round submission. You are a crazy son of a bitch, bro. But I love that about you.
Hell yeah. I like it, Cam. I like it.
That's fucking awesome. I love that. I got to drive out to LA and watch the fights with Cam a few weeks back. It was pretty sick.
Hey.
We'll have to get you out here and go to LA and go to Cosm or something. The one that's kind of like the Sphere, where they show the fights and like the panoramic screen. You buy tickets to go to that instead of the fights. It looks fucking sick. They have drinks and food and shit. It's cool.
I don't know if you're talking to me or Cam, but I'm in either way.
I was talking to you. But Cam is obviously going to be there because he lives there.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, dude, hell yeah, count me in, brother. Come on.
Yeah, I have like 2 or 3 coworkers that live out in that area too that would be down. So we make like a whole event out of it, bro. It would be literally just us like fucking schmobbing in there, bro.
Say less. You know the vibes. You know what time it is then.
Dude, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, it's happening.
Cosm, it's happening. It's happening. Might have to file for an LLC, and that'll be the first thing that the MMAnomaly Show expenses.
Let's go.
Hey, oh man. So we're opposing on that one. We'll make sure Nano has a bottle next week whenever we do our breakdowns. Actually, fuck. We're not going to be able to. Oh, goodness gracious me. We're going to have to talk after the show about this.
Epiphany moment. Yep.
Fuck.
Talk offline.
Fuck. Yeah.
Wait a second again.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was so ready. I was like, yeah, we're going to make sure Nano's going to have a bottle. And then I'm like, but I'm not going to be down next week.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to be in New York City. Oh, man. So, yeah, we're going to have to figure it out. Maybe we'll do a show on Sunday if that's feasible. We'll see. We'll figure it out. Either way, I digress. As we like to, we'll roll with the punches here on the show. And we'll roll on with the fights into the light heavyweight division for a fight between Paul Craig and Rodolfo Bellato. It feels a little bit like deja vu, Nano. Let's rewind a little bit, shall we? I feel like we were supposed to already have seen this fight, right? I feel like we've already seen this get announced all the way back in May. Yeah, not that long ago. So we're finally getting to run it back, right? The canceled bout between Rodolfo Bellato and Paul Craig. Yeah, I'm excited for this one. Nano, I'm curious, actually. Do you think, and I don't need you to give your whole breakdown because we'll get into that, but I'm just curious, do you think the sub option specifically for Paul Craig is a live option right now from a bettor's perspective?
You know, I love me some Bearju Paul Craig. I would say it's always an option. With Paul Craig, that's always an option. You know, I think it's just your appetite for going that route is really the question there. But it's tough for me personally. You know, he's in front of a madman, this Rodolfo. It's going to be tough.
Plus 700 is really juicy, though.
Oh, again, I'll sprinkle a little something. Plus
700 is pretty juicy. Like you put $50 on that, that's a quick 400 in your pocket. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oh man,
I don't know how likely that is to happen. It'd be a hedgeroni type thing for me.
Oh yeah, 100%. We're gonna hedge that. I'm thinking on underdogs because I'm always about being opportunistic, and since we can't do DraftKings this week, gotta do underdogs. Show them some love. Which I show them some love way too often. I think I've got like 9 live bets in other sports right now just for funsies. I'm trying a new test with Grok, because I don't watch baseball or NBA, but we'll see what happens.
There we go. Grok it out.
I gave Grok $100 to play with, and I should really make a channel out of that, or a series out of that.
Maybe, honestly.
I'll have to do some shorts or something, some short content. Yeah, I've got Grok currently cooking up some bets for MLB and NBA and WNBA right now for me, so we'll see how that plays out. I told her to come up with a high probability 8-leg parlay last night, and it hit 7 legs. That was close to being a very fun night for me. And I wasn't even watching the games. I checked it right before bed, and I'm like, damn, that sucks.
Like, boy, was that close.
Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? So if we did this on underdogs, we could do Malcolm Wellmaker, 23.5 significant strikes. We could take the over as we are. And then we could do Paul Craig with a 4.29 times multiplier on submission.
Oh.
So like, you do $5 on that, you get 65 back. You 50 on that, you get 650 back, essentially. Like, come on. Not a bad play. And then how do we hedge it, right? So let's just say we're going to do a unit on that. Boom. Reuse players. And now we take Paul Krieg off there because we don't want that. Let's see. So for Rodolfo Bellato, right? Question is, do you think he finishes Paul Krieg?
Oh, man. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely possible, but I like my boy Paul Craig so much. I'm going to hope that we're seeing the best version of him in that, maybe he can kind of get Rodolfo into some compromised positions, maybe pose some threats to where it kind of makes Bellato a little more gun shy. And frankly, even if it's a little bit more of a lackluster, maybe less of a violent fight, gives our boy Paul Craig a little bit more of a chance if he's able to muddy it up. And it's tough though. Rodolfo is a son of a biscuit now. He does have some heavy hands, but it's not like he's a sure thing. That's why this is I go back and forth. I can see it going decision. Paul Craig's he's so savvy, man. You can't make any mistakes with Paul Craig in there. And he has a lot of losses, but he's been fighting all the who's, right? I mean, if we look at who Paul Craig's fought and we line those guys up against Bellato, I don't think his record's as pretty as it is now. So it's just one of those things, man. I think Bellato's going to find a way to get it done, but boy, am I looking for a Paul Craig to have a Paul Craig moment, man. I'm certainly looking for it. I'm hoping for it. I'm rooting for it. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. Oh man. Rodolfo Bellato is a madman, huh? He really is.
Yeah. Just look at him.
He's a scary dude. He's a scary dude. Traitor is his fucking nickname, which is just terrifying in general. He's 12-2-1. He's an absolute monster. And when he goes out there to bang. Bro, like 80 strikes in a fight that lasted 9 minutes and 17 seconds. I'm sorry, 80 significant strikes, right? Like, the dude was a beast. That was against Ihor Potieria. I actually asked ChatGPT to tell me what his average significant strikes landed per fight is. And let's see here. Instead, it gave me his significant strikes landed per minute, which is 6.28. So 6.28, okay? And then the line they're giving us on, I'm doing some sales math right now, bro. You already know this works. So the line they're giving us on underdogs is 33.5 significant strikes over under. If he lands, on average, 6.28 significant strikes per minute in the UFC, that means he'd have to fight for approximately 4.92647 minutes, which is still under a round. He has to fight for one round in order to hit that differential if he hits his average. So, do we think it is safer to bet the over on that 33.5 significant strikes? Or do we think it is safer to bet the over on 1.5 rounds? Because those are the two break evens that they're giving us. There's no negative correlation for choosing that. We just get a multiplier.
Ooh.
I'm leaving the ball in your court. And thanks, Andrew. I appreciate that, man.
Probably, I think the time, right? What was it? The
7.5 minutes over under?
I think so.
So over 7.5 minutes?
I think so. I hope so. The favors our boy.
So if I'm honest with you, that's the one that I had selected before I did any of that math.
Well, sounds like that's the one.
I was looking at it and I'm like, which one is like, because I'm always about like what's juicier and then probability. I go juice, then probability. A lot of people go probability and then juice, which is probably why a lot of people make more money than me. And that's fine. We're not a betting show. We're a fun show. So
we're no filter.
We're not here to make you money. We're here to make you laugh. And if you make money along the way, then hey, You're welcome for that too. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And let's see here. Yeah. For fun, we're just going to do like $5 on both of those. Those two legs. We'll hedge that with 5 and 5. So to put that into perspective, one of them is 5 for $15 and one of them is 5 for $64.35.
Okay.
One has a
not bad.
much higher probability of hitting. Either way, we turn $10 into 15, I think. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think
That is fair. I like it.
So, yeah, man, now we can actually talk about the real fight. Paul Craig is probably going to go out here and get beat up because this guy is just a fucking stud that he's going against. But I also think that he's untested to an extent, right? Rodolfo is a beast, but he's a beast that needs to be tested. We need to see if he can actually weather that kind of storm that is Paul Craig. And also, if you don't finish Paul Craig right away, he will finish you in a fight that you are dominating him in. We've seen it happen before, time and time again. That being said, if I had to take a guess, a gander in the dark, I'd probably take Bellato by knockout. I'm curious to hear where Nance, Andrew, and Lane are going with this one. Are you guys writing a specific prop on this one? Or are you taking a money line? Or are you just enjoying this as a fan? Let us know in the chat. You too, Cam. He did say Paul Craig is frustrating and entertaining. If he just relied a little more on his striking to set up his grappling, I think he'd have a higher success rate. Fuck. Reading that is frustrating because you're so right, dude. I wish for just a second, not even a day, not even a week, just 1 second even. Just 1 second. Go hang out with Rashad Evans, bro. If he hung out with Rashad Evans, learned how to just throw a 1-2 blast double, my God. I'm bullish enough to say that I don't think he'd be a champ, but Paul Craig could be a contender. Like if he trained with the right people, fuck, he'd be a world breaker to an extent. He'd at least be a gatekeeper. I don't know, man. No. What are you thinking? Like, how do you see that fight actually playing out?
Man, yeah, I mean, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's a tale of two tapes here. You know, guys kind of trending different ways in their careers. I was talking about the age gap, definitely a big deal, and it's just hard to overlook some of those things. A little too glaring, right? And it's like I'm big on using the eye test, and it's not passing the eyeball test as far as what we've seen and what we can expect to see from both these guys moving forward. Like I said, it's kind of like two stocks going two different directions, man, unfortunately.
I agree, and I got to jump to this comment real quick. He underestimates his length. Underrated kicks too, dude. Underrated kicks is right to an extent. I feel like he throws these spinning back kicks and he flicks out these high kicks that just don't make any fucking lick of sense. The timing on them, the range on them, the speed on them, they're all weird for no reason. Like not weird to serve a purpose. Like, oh, that's like a engine with weird timing, and that's why it's going to catch me. It's not like that. It's just not good. His round kicks though, like Muay Thai style roundhouse kicks, which is personally one of my favorites though as well. It's the first one you should be able to master if you're doing Muay Thai, right? And I mean, I should say if you're doing Muay Thai right, not if you're doing Muay Thai, right? So it should, like, if you have a great Muay Thai teacher, the roundhouse kick, as far as kicks, should probably be the first one that you learn very, very well because it's bread and butter. And especially in his last two fights, they looked really fucking good, his round kicks. I wish he'd use them more. And not only that, I wish he'd set them up more. Because when he uses them, he'll step in, throw the round kick, just snap that body around, turn the hip over. Like I'll stand up and demonstrate at some point possibly, but what he needs to do is set it up with the jab, right? Like set that jab up and then whip that round kick in. Or as we used to fucking teach at AKA, we call it the mirror kick or the shadow kick. So you basically, different people call it different things. Mirror kick, shadow kick, same shit. Basically, you throw the 1-2, so 1-2, and then as that 2 flickers out, as it's going, right? I don't care if this actually lands. Most people, if I throw a 1-2, this is the power. Pop, pop. I'm fucking hurting your shit with that. In this case, I don't even care if it touches you. it can land a half inch or an eighth of an inch away from your face, I'm still happy. Because what happens next is going to hurt you. So we throw this, and then as this is coming, we continue, and then whoosh, that right leg comes crashing into the body and breaks a fucking rib. So you do this, and you die inside. He should learn that. He should really learn that kind of stuff. Making the Walk said, Olin, you've trained with a lot of fighters. Why do you think fighters allow themselves to be so one-dimensional when they know they need to balance out their game? Dude, this is probably the most frustrating question I've ever gotten on the show live. But also such a profoundly great question, Jax. I don't understand it. I think it comes down to two things, right? I think what it all comes down to is comfortable, like being comfortable. If I've trained at American Kickboxing Academy, for example, if I've trained there for the entirety of my career, for the entirety of my training duration, it's tough for me to say, all right, well, I have to move to this new area, like San Diego, for example. I really want to keep training in Muay Thai and mixed martial arts, but MMA gyms in general, they get a bad rep because you don't know who you're training with. Like there are people that can hurt you. There are people that don't care. They don't take it seriously or take it too seriously. And it's tough. You've built a family essentially. Like, let me ask you the question, Jax. Like, how easy would it be for me to tell you, or for you to listen to me tell you, hey, like you live in Texas, or you live in Louisiana, or you live in Oregon. No, let's actually say somewhere like East Coast or South. So like Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, or New York. You live in one of those states. And I give you 5 reasons that make all the sense in the world why you should move to California right now. That if you move to California, your career would be better. But then you see all the LA riots and you see all these other things about California on your phone and on Twitter and on this and on that. And you think, well, I have a family. I don't know if that's the best place for my family. And we're also very comfortable here. I'm comfortable here. My kids are comfortable here. My wife is comfortable here. Is it worth it for me to move? And do I know the juice is worth the squeeze? And I think that's what it ultimately comes down to is you build a relationship with your coaches, your training staff, etc., your sparring partners, and you get this almost irrational fear of thinking like, well, I can't go to this other state and train and risk it for the biscuit, because what if it doesn't pay off? What if the biscuit's dry that I just risked it for? But with all due respect, I think what these fighters could really benefit from learning, Jax, is if I move from Florida, from training at ATT, and I go to train at the other acronym gym, AKA in San Jose, California, shout out. If I hate it after 6 months, I can move back. The only real setback there is I gave up 6 months of my life and I probably wasted a decent amount of money. And that is reason number 3, Jax. These fighters don't make enough money to make decisions on a whim like that. I can't uproot myself and my family and go to another state all the way across this country to train in hopes that it'll make me better. Because the fact of the matter is, I need to know it will make me better. I need to know that I'm going to get twice the paycheck instead of this half paycheck. And not only that, I need to get a win bonus to probably make it actually worth it for me. So, did I just hear that Olin prefers a moist biscuit? No, my friend. But I like to have a little bit of butter in that biscuit. I like to have a little bit of honey in that biscuit.
Oh, there you go. Some jam.
Come on, Dixon's Hider.
Come on. Some hot honey.
Come on, brother. Comfortability and risk reward. That's very human. Hard to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Makes sense and great analogy. Thanks, brother. And thank you for the great question, Jax. I appreciate that, man. Great food for thought. No, I don't know if you had anything to add on that. I feel like I went on a bit of a rant there.
No, I love it. Yeah, no, it's a lot of stuff. I definitely don't have the same perspective, but what I would probably add to it as someone that just grew up in sports and kind of dabbled in different sports is that you kind of see a similar thing with a lot of these mixed martial artists is they may come from a specific discipline growing up, maybe thinking, whether it's wrestling, which I think that's a big one. Like a lot of the dominant people, the Bo Nichols and stuff, it's like they've been doing that since they were a toddler. They just are able to do things and are smart enough and are strong enough in certain ways where it's hard to develop that in a year, even 3 years, maybe even 5 years. So if you are from Thailand, right, go to Thailand, send 2-3 years and forget, you're going to come back with some really sharp tools. But how are you on the ground? How are you when someone's wrestling you, throwing you around? It's just,
You're
to
talking
put
to
it
the
all
wrong
together,
guy, bro.
it's tough.
I'm pro
Yep.
Thailand all day.
Absolutely. And what I'd say is there's not really it's like Ilya is a good example of a new school guy that did a really good job of learning each of the skills over his whole life and is now like just a well-polished, well-rounded fighter. So it's few and far between. It's hard to do that. But yeah, just straight up, just talking like competitive as a sports side of things, right? Just getting away from the fighting side. It's like you get into your discipline, and then it's just hard to master everything, right? Jack of all trades, master of none. A lot of these these are the pros we're talking about, right? And yeah, like you said, we still kind of see some one-dimensional guys, but you're starting to see less and less of the Ryan Halls and things like that. But I would say from a wrestling perspective, if you aren't some of these guys that were college wrestlers or wrestled their whole life, you're just already behind the 8 ball. They're going to come in and just do what they do. So it's hard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard, bro. It is very hard. I love that Jax actually brought that question into the chat today of all days. Yesterday, I was in my feels a little bit. I'm like, man, I used to be a fucking beast. Because
no.
Facebook always hits you with these fucking bullshit reminders. It's like, hey,
dude.
10 years ago today, this is what you were up to. What are you doing now? So this is what I was doing 10 years ago today, yesterday. Why did I have a Billy Goat beard? But dope that I got to train with Dwayne Ludwig for 3 hours. And folks, if you remember, if you've been here for me telling the story of him slapping me across the face and me feeling his ring on his finger, you can actually, I didn't realize this in the picture originally until yesterday. You can actually see the ring on his finger in the picture. So that is the actual ring that just popped me in the fucking face. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. A lot of great training experience, a lot of great seminars, and shout out Miss Mary for was that an anniversary gift? I think that was our 1 year anniversary, or maybe our Valentine's Day gift she got me. She's like, hey, this guy Dwayne that I've heard you talk about, the TJ Dillashaw coach, he's coming here. Mr. Toon is there. Oh, Jax, my fucking guy. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The Billy Goat beard was certainly a choice. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I'll be completely honest with you. I had a lot of questionable hair choices, and I'm very, very thankful that I found a barber and a friend who told me that straight razor shaving your face was a thing, and me finding that form of therapy, because thank goodness, my goodness me. No, let's jump into this fucking main card, bro. So we have a light heavyweight bout between Alonzo Atomic Menafield and Umar Sy. I'm going to keep it sweet. I'm going to keep it short. Nano, I don't think this fight needs a huge breakdown from either one of us, because I don't think this fight is going to go that long, bro. Atomic Alonzo Menafield is an absolute beast, but he's on the wrong side of 35. He has a significant reach disadvantage, and Umar Sy is the future, right? He is essentially the younger, better, newer model version of Atomic Alonzo Menafield. And that's why, folks, that's why Vegas has it stacked the way that they do. And I'll be completely honest with you guys. I said that without even looking at the odds. I just refreshed my page and looked. Minus 675 on Umar Sy? Fuck, I should have been more disrespectful. Yeah, Umar Sy goes out here and gets it done. That's where my pick is. Am I betting on it? No. Minus 600 or more is just a big red X from me. I'm not in the business of throwing away money in the most volatile betting sport in the biz. Nano, who do you have? And tell the people why it's also Umar Sy.
I think you hit the nail on the head, my brother. But I think it is because it feels like Umar Sy is maybe what Alonzo Menafield once was in his heyday, right? He is a ranked guy at this point. He's definitely the OG. But this feels like a turning of the guard. It's a young man's sport. We know that. And Umar Sy, like we kind of just came off of, great kind of segue into new school fighters that are just really good at freaking everything. That's what Umar Sy is. He has the look, he has the strength, he has the skills. And when you look at him, you think, oh, he's just going to go out there and knock people out and run over them. Well, he's also grappling with the best of them. He's got some submissions. Like he's got everything in the arsenal. It's just pick your poison. And that's where I think they matched them up for a reason. It's going to be a change in the guard. I think Alonzo Stud has put on some wars, but this is not going to be his night. I do think Umar Sy is going to get that number and going to continue on to make a name for himself. So, au vidaze or au revoir, Alonzo Menifield. And I don't know how you say hello in Francois.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Have a croissant on your way out.
Chocolat bleu.
Chocolat bleu.
And that's all I got.
That's all we got. That's all we got. Why is he doing the dice so much? That's all he's got. That's all he's got is the dice.
It's his only move.
It's his only move. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh it's yeah. We're not betting on that one. I will tell you though. There's a weird fight after this one, right? It is a bout between Mansour Abdul Malik and Cody Garbrandt, or no, not Cody Garbrandt. There's two Codys on this card. It's Cody Brundage, folks, coming in the middleweight division. Making sure you're all staying and paying attention here. Nano, this fight is so intriguing to me, more so because of the Vegas line than because of the actual fight. I just think they're putting a lot of disrespect on Cody Brundage's name. Plus 550? That's a heavy dog, bro. Which side are you leaning here?
It's definitely a little disrespectful. Our boy Cody Brundage is always going out there and putting on a great show. He's becoming slowly more and more of a fan favorite. He's got some moxie, as I like to say. He's a hard-nosed, blue-collar American, but you got to love that as well. Go America. But no, Mansour, man, I mean, he is a problem. I mean, he's also, just like we're talking about Umar, like another guy that is a new school, making a name for himself. But he's got all the skills, man. Like, he does know how to wrestle. He does know how to grapple. He has some heavy hands. Like, when you turn on the tape, it's like, man, I guess you can see why he would probably be the favorite. But to be that heavy of a favorite and not give Cody more of a puncher's chance, or even the fact that he could go out there and be gritty. Like, he can go out there and just serve you up some meats and potatoes all day, and you'll get full before you know it. And that's where I don't know if Mansour's really been tested like that. Cody, yes, he's 11-6, but he's fought some of the who's, and he's just been around the block a little bit longer. This is Mansour's third fight in the UFC. I guess fourth if you're including the Dana White Contender Series, but let's call it 3 on the big stage and the big show. I just want to see it. Again, Cody's only blemish is, a Bo Nickel loss, which, hey, he got out wrestled. It happens. Maybe that's what lawmakers are looking at it. Maybe they think Mansour's going to give him some similar treatment or issues. I like Cody. I'm rooting for him. I always like a good underdog, but if the kid out of Maryland, Mansour, is able to go out and establish early on the wrestling and really be able to throw Cody around, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. But that feels a little disrespectful to me. But it sounds like we're on the same page there. I'm staying away from it from a bettor's perspective. But are you leaning? Are you going with the underdog here? You like a little Cody Brundage? You think he could repeat the do the unthinkable? How you feeling, my brother?
I'll be honest with you, man. I think there's two ways that this fight goes. I think Mansour by finish or Cody Brundage money line. Like, plus 550 is wildly disrespectful for me on Cody Brundage, bro. It doesn't feel warranted. I mean, I get it. Mansour Abdul Malik has power in both hands. Dude is an absolute beast. He hits like a tank. The way that he dropped Nick Klein was definitely world class. But, I mean, it was Nick Klein, right? And Dusko Todorovic, like, with all due respect, he leaves his face on the center line to be hit every time he fights. Cody Brundage is not that guy. Like you said, Bo Nickel dominant, and this got made fun of. I mean, Bo Nickel fought him, and that was an interesting fight. You know what I'm saying? Didn't he cheat? Didn't he hit him in the nuts to get that down? And it was 33-45 on total strikes there. So not necessarily a terrible situation for him. But Manowitz, I digress. I don't know. I don't know if I want to bet on this one at all. Let's see what the differential they give us on underdogs is. Oh, there's none. There's no differential on this fight. Okay. Oh, never mind. I clicked on the wrong Cody. There's two Codys on this card.
Classic mix-up. And they're fighting after each other.
Classic Cody mix-up. They're giving him a 10.5 adjustment on here. Do I like
Not
that?
shabby.
That's not bad. I mean, his last few fights, I mean, the Disco Todorovic one, that was a 30-1 differential damn near. 29-28 when he beat Nick Klein. Nick Klein outlanded him. It's not a bad call. All right, yeah, I like that. I'm going to pick Cody Brundage on strikes with a 10.5 adjustment. So as long as he lands within 10 significant strikes of him, good. Yeah. Because I think if he does knock out Cody Brundage, it's going to be like a flash knockout, a one-shot deal. He's not going to have to follow up a ton. And at that point, it'll probably be a pretty even fight.
It also feels like Cody's the one to give one. Like if he gets one, or if he gets one, he's gonna give one too. Like he's gonna want to respond.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
He's a give one to get one fighter. That's a fact. I mean, that is, if I had to describe his fight style, that would be it. And, there's another Cody on the same fight card that has a similar fight style of give one to get one. And that's Cody Garbrandt fighting at the very next fight in bantamweight against Raoni Barcelos, which, my goodness, bro. My goodness. This is a fucking hell of a fight. And I'll be honest with you, man, it's another fight in which I feel like they're being a little bit disrespectful with the odds here. I think this should be a pick 'em, not a plus 180, minus 218 situation. Because, and again, I might be speaking out of the heart because he's one of the first fighters I met. First time I went cage side, I met Cody Garbrandt right before he fought Dominic. And fuck, man, world-class guy, world-class fighter. He could go out here and get the job done. He's a wily veteran, and he's also got a very high output. Raoni Barcelos did really good against Peyton Talbot because Peyton Talbot is usually able to, I don't want to say coast, but think. He's usually able to think inside of the octagon, and Raoni shut off that ability. Cody doesn't need to think. The less Cody thinks, the more he reacts, the better he actually performs, in my opinion. So if Raoni is making him a reactive fighter, I feel like it's going to be a good situation for him. Brian Kelleher tried to do that, and he got knocked out in the first round, right? Trevin Jones tried to do that, and he got outpointed, right? What was the one that he really knocked him out? It was fucking Rafael Assunção, right? Like the duck down, boom, nasty work. That was a close fight too. It wasn't a landslide. It was 17-19 in significant strikes, 17-20 in total strikes. And Cody dropped his ass at the end of that round. Like people that are significantly faster than him and better than him on the feet have better fundamentals like the jab and dictating pace and range. Those are the people that beat him. TJ Dillashaw, way faster, makes better reads, had already sparred with him, got inside of his head. Significant reasons. Kai Kara France, dude's nickname, don't blink. There's a reason for that. Fast motherfucker. Fast motherfucker. Motherfucker is fast. Hobby Fanch. You've heard me say it at least 87 times. You can go ahead and add this one to the list. Number 88. Best jab in the fucking game. Not the best jab in bantamweight. Not the best jab in the fucking division. Best jab in the UFC. I will die on that hill. Rob Font has one of the best jabs in mixed martial arts in general. So, yeah, he beat him. He literally out-jabbed him. Oh, by the way, that's the highest strike differential he's ever been outlanded on. So I like Cody in this fight. I think he's got paths to victory. Do I think that he can go out there and get a finish? Yes. Do I think that he does? I'm not sure of it. But I think he probably lands over 32.5 significant strikes. And that's the over-under they're giving us break-even odds on underdogs. What do you think, man?
Oh, I'll definitely take that over all day. And I'm definitely riding with Cody. No love, Garbrandt. The new look and all. The new flow. The new tattoos. The new kind of new breath of fresh air, it feels like, with his career, man. Not only because there are some personal ties there, represent SAC. Also, one of my dad's buddies is good pals with Cody Garbrandt's family, or like someone close in Cody Garbrandt's family. So like to the point where they go and watch him fight every time he fights. So when we went a while back, kind of side note, we actually ran into my buddy and his my dad's friend and all this stuff. So it was fun. All to say, I have a close and rooted interest in our boy Cody No Love Garbrandt. Loved his career and his arc and just how real he is. He goes about his business and stands on business as well. And when it comes to the strike, and like you said, brother, I mean, he knows how to box with some of the best of them. Obviously, the chin and gambling and maybe taking some big risks were things that have stopped him from reclaiming what was a championship of the division. But for now, I think he's still someone that poses a lot of threats. He has power in both hands. He's smart, can still grapple and do everything else he needs to do. And with this kind of dance partner, who he's going to be younger, fresher, but he needs to be smart, right? A Raoni Barcelos is someone that is going to come out there and stand 10 toes down. He's going to try to walk down his opponent and say, I'm just simply tougher than you. You're going to land your strikes, but I'm going to get mine. And he went out there and outclassed a Peyton Talbot, right? Which is just huge. I think that's really Raoni's big claim to fame at this point. Obviously, for a lot of the young bucks or people that are maybe casuals, you see something like that, it's a big deal. But he's been around the block for a long time. Like, he's going to have a lot of experience, a lot of IQ that he's going to have in his back pocket. But I just think that Cody's boxing, and I think his willingness to want to go out there and mix it up. We saw Peyton get gun shy. Cody's not going to get gun shy. He's going to stay in the pocket. I don't think he's going to be worried about Raoni's power at all. I don't think he's worried about the grappling, anything. Again, he's athletic. He has great defense when it comes to takedown defense and actually like boxing defense as well, right? He's not just someone that knows how to throw him. He has some of the best movement and footwork that we've seen in the division. I mean, I'll say ever. I mean, I kind of am hesitant, but the reality is, like, he's got some killer footwork. It was his claim to fame. I mean, he's out there dancing on Dominic Cruz, and he's done he's had some doing the robot, as MMAnomaly did a great rendition there live. If you're listening and you're not on YouTube, go over and check it out. It's worth it. But yeah, man, I'm leaning Cody No Love all the way. I think he's going to have a great performance. I hope it's one that he can build upon and kind of showcase some of that vintage Cody No Love that was, again, once a champion, always a champion, and somebody that I think is going to put hands on Raoni. And yes, take the over on the significant strikes. Take him at plus odds if you can. That's money in the bank in my book. Let's go.
100% let's go, bro. We are riding till the wheels fall off with Cody No Love Garbrandt. More like Cody all the love Garbrandt. Let's go, folks. I love this fighter. He's just such a fun fighter to watch, bro. Always exciting. I think the crisp boxing is going to be the differentiator, and I definitely think this man has a shot in winning this bout against Raoni Barcelos. He's a wily veteran. I think the reason Raoni won his last bout was because he out-veteraned his opponent. This is simply not going to be that case. Now, this next one is just as interesting. It takes place in the middleweight division. It is between Edmen Shahbazyan, the Golden Boy, coming in against the self-proclaimed best wrestler in the middleweight division of the UFC, Andre Petroski. Nano, my fucking goodness, my guy. How do you see this one going? Because, man, it is just an interesting matchup of styles.
Definitely an interesting matchup of styles. Definitely one that feels right, especially for our boy Edmen at this stage in his career. He's had some bumps along the road. Maybe he got thrown in the lion's den a little too early. But this is somebody in Andre Petroski that I think makes for a fun matchup. I think somebody that's going to lay it all down and try to go out and do what he does best, man, which is knock people out and out tough his opponents. He's got that Philly toughness to him, coming out of Pennsylvania. So think of that kind of gritty, in your face kind of mentality going up against the Golden Boy, right? The guy that's grown up in fighting, who is supposed to be the next guy. Unfortunately, that's a big shoes to fill, right? The reality is he's still had a great career, 14-5, nothing to overlook. He has finishes, and Looks like our Tapology community thinks that Shabazz is going to go out there and get it done. And I'm with them, man. I'm riding with Shabazz, and I'm riding with the Golden Boy. I think he's going to edge it out. This could potentially be a fight of the night type scenario here. Both guys are gritty. They're going to lay it all out. If Andre feels threatened, he might try to take Shabazian down. Could maybe give him a round, maybe two. Again, it's close odds for a reason. And I typically do like Andre Petrowski. It hurts me to go against him here, but I'm riding with the Golden Boy to go out there and make it a fun fight, man. I don't know how you're feeling. If you agree that maybe he's lived up to the name or not, or if you think he can go out there. This is a big level of competition. How do you see it playing out, my brother?
Yeah, man, I'll tell you, I agree with you on all fronts on this one. I think Edmen Shahbazyan is just going to be a little bit of a step ahead everywhere the fight goes. Obviously, the grappling edge goes to Andre Petrowski, but the fight starts on the feet. You've got to get me to the ground in order to keep me there. And even if you do get me to the ground, good luck keeping me there if I'm a martial artist. I think Shahbazyan, this is his fight to lose, bro. He's very smart. He's very strong. He's very powerful and explosive, especially in the beginning of the fight. And we've seen Andre be a little bit of a slow starter, and that is a recipe for disaster. So, Andre's best chance to win this fight is to last and survive the first round and not get caught. We've seen Edmen slow down across the fight before, but I think he's learned his lesson. I think he's getting better. He is the golden boy turning into the golden man, right? So, give me Edmen in this one all day. And not only that, but I'm almost bullish enough to say that he probably gets a finish here. The two lines that are intriguing to me on underdogs are to get a knockout, which gives us a 1.13x multiplier for Shahbazyan, or sorry, a finish of any kind, or break-even odds action on the fight to go over or under 9 minutes. And I think it will go over 9.
I agree with that. I like it. The finish is interesting. A late finish is definitely always game, whether it's on the ground, some sort of submission is always in the realm of possibility.
I think it's a ground and pound finish. I don't know why. I think he drops him and then just fucking slams him.
You could hurt him with the leg kick. You could hurt him with a roundhouse. I mean,
his elbows are disgusting.
His elbows are nice. Yep. I can see it.
He's strong, bro. Okay, so we're both on the finish?
I like it. Within 15, let's do it.
Yeah, I honestly like the finish as the better pick here.
Hey, golden guys do golden things in golden moments. I was trying to stretch it there. I'm sorry, Al. But I like Edmen, man. Come on, let's go. Why not? Right. Why not?
So we did two parlays there. So we did the Cody Brundage on significant strikes, the 10.5 adjustment. We did Cody Garbrandt at over 32.5 significant strikes as a bet. And then the second bet was layering in Edmen Shahbazyan with the over on knockout. That brings us up to a 6.36 multiplier. If you do 50 on that, you get 318 back. Like I said, for the underdog stuff, we're just going to do 5 today for fun. So 5 for 3180 back. Why the fuck not? We're playing that. And then we'll go ahead and clear the board. So that way we have a little two-legger for the co-main event. And with that, folks, we will jump into the co-main event of the evening, folks. It is a bit of a flyweight contender eliminator bout, if you will, between Thug Rose Namajunas coming in against Miranda Fear the Maverick. Holy smokes, does this one have implications written all the foog over it, my boy? I'm concerned. I'm worried. As a fan of Thug Rose, I feel like Thug Rose has this innate ability to get all of our girlfriends, fiancés, or significant others in general to watch MMA with us. Is that fair to say? Like, I don't know what it is.
She's got some pull.
She's got some pull, right? Like, she gets chicks to want to watch. And I'm with it. Like, I love it. You love it. We love it. They love it. But this is a tough one because she's going to lose probably. And that's not good for business. I know. A little bit of an elephant in the room here. I wish I could do a good elephant noise or had a soundboard button, but I don't. Look, dude, I know Maverick is the dog here, but I like this dog pick. Am I crazy? Am I sitting on a throne all alone, my friend? Can you tell me, please?
I believe you are, my man. You are all alone, no one there beside you.
I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me.
But you gotta
My
have
feelings are
friends.
gone.
My feelings are alone. Yeah, that's it, brother. Unfortunately,
I can't believe I got that reference. Even I'm impressed.
Nice, well played.
No, dude. Tell me. How do you feel about this fight?
I can't bet against my girl Thug Rose, man. I'm a little biased, okay? We're no filter around here. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna give you a take that ain't organic to what's in here, y'all, okay? And I'm pointing to my shits. I'm pointing to my heart because I like Thug Rose, man. She's got a place in there for me. And listen, when it comes to the skills, go turn on the tape, y'all. I don't need to do it. She can do the explaining for me because she has every bit of everything, right? She's a ex-champion. Yeah, she's unfortunately had some losses, but dude, she's been fighting the best of the best her entire career. And I look at this matchup as something that's really like, I think, a compliment and kind of well, I guess Miranda Maverick getting her roses, pun intended, literally getting Thug Rose, because she's on a great win streak. She's been in the UFC for a long time. She's really earned her way here, right? I think this is really just an opportunity for us to just acknowledge that these are two of the baddest on the world right now. And hey, Miranda Maverick's in the conversation, right? Regardless of how she looks, regardless of what happens, she's not going anywhere. She's young still, right? We've seen both these ladies maturate here in the octagon. How much tread is left on the tires for a Thug Rose, right? How many rose petals are left? That is something I am worried about, but I will again ride that bus until the wheels fall off. But Miranda Maverick does pose some threats. If she can get the ground game going, she can really score, maybe steal a couple rounds early on. I believe, is this only 15 minutes? I don't, maybe we need to clarify.
It's a 15-minute fight.
Ooh, man, that honestly, I think that kind of favors Miranda Maverick. I don't know how you feel, but if it was 25,
I feel that way for sure because she's not going to worry about running out of gas. She's going to shoot those takedowns relentlessly.
She might be able to steal the first one right away with some of the takedowns. If she could get success early, then it boils down if she could run it back in the second. And again, the judges, you never know. They're humans.
And I think
they may look at us
I think
way.
that's the situation. You're taking it right off my tongue, bro. Like
Well,
I
give it to me, brother.
Doctor,
Let's go. Dish it out to you.
bro. Like you're
taking
my description
platter.
right away, bro. Serving it up, dude.
Let's go, baby. Alley-oop.
No, I truly think that it's going to be exactly what you said. Like that first round, she's going to steal it. And then if she's able to re-implement the same process in the second round, she gets Thug Rose playing desperate from the bottom, essentially, or playing from behind in that third round. And she's going to try and make up lost ground that she doesn't have. And that's when she gets taken down again. Thug Rose, especially in recent years, likes to really utilize her kicks to keep people at range. And if you look at this matchup, right, like it's not a crazy matchup as far as the reach goes because you have one girl that's 2 inches shorter, but she has a half-inch reach advantage in Miranda Maverick. But she knows how to utilize it because she's a grappler. Being 2 inches shorter for any other person, probably not the best thing in the world, but hey, you know, she's a grappler. So 2 inches shorter just means lower base of gravity and easier point to the path to get you down. So that's almost an advantage for Miranda Maverick, especially since she's not coming in with a disadvantage of reach. She actually still has the reach advantage here. She's also younger. She's faster. We've seen Thug Rose kind of degrade on skills while we've seen Miranda Maverick improve on skills in recent years. I think this is literally just a perfect passing where one woman's skills are coming down while the other woman's skills are going up. They're going to meet and we're going to see one person get the edge. And that person's going to be Miranda Maverick. I just think she's the better fighter here, bro. I don't think there's any reason as to why she should lose this fight. But Vegas thinks I'm wrong. They've got her at a plus 190 underdog, and that's okay. That's okay. So since we disagree on the winner of this one, we're going to have to agree on a prop here for underdogs because we got to do a co-main and main bet together. Do you see the fight go in the distance?
I think so. Yeah, have a lot of respect for both these ladies, and I think they have respect for each other as well. And I mean, for either of them to get knocked out or TKO'd, I would be shocked. That'd be obviously a huge moment for them. But and even the submission, I guess it's possible. Miranda could honestly throw up an armbar, get make something happen. But I see it being so competitive that it's gonna be a 15-minute fight, in my opinion. 25, I'd feel a little different, but I can. And what about you? I mean, obviously we're on different ends, but I think sounds like we're both in agreement there. Maybe it's not going to be too lopsided in that sense.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be lopsided at all. I think it's going to be a close combated match. I think the matchmakers did a great job on this day. I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a great either potential like y'all must have forgot moment for Rose or a passing of the torch moment for Miranda Maverick. Either way, sign me up for it, man. So the first leg of our final parlay here is going to be Thug Rose versus Miranda Maverick to go the distance, or as they place it on Underdogs Fantasy, 14.99 fight time minutes. We're taking the over. So with that being said, folks, I'm going to let the man, the myth, the legend himself say it because he'll do it better than I can.
It's time
for the main event of the evening, folks. That's right. We have a bout in the welterweight division with title implications written all the hell over it between Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley. Holy smokes. Is this an exciting fight? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm worried. I'm worried about the knees. I'm worried about the knees, please, of Kamaru Dean, a.k.a. Marty from Nebraska. I'm going to pour one final one up here. Obviously, a lower threshold of shots here for this show. It's an early day show. So we hope you appreciate it. We hope you understand. And Andrew, if you're still in the chat, I'm looking for you to pour one up, brother. Let's go. You too, Juice Man. Let's go, kids. Let's go. As I do this shot, I got to tell you, my friend, my family. I say again, I'm worried for Kamaru Dean. I'm worried for the knees. I'm worried for what might happen to them with an explosive, blasting fighter like Joaquin. What I'm not worried about is each and every one of you guys, because I know that you're going to do great things this weekend, and I look forward to hearing all about it in the chat. So raise one up with us if you do, and if you don't, that's fine. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things we do on YouTube and everywhere else. And cheers to you. Cheers to the things you'll do. Let's go.
Salud. Let's go. Appreciate y'all.
Get ready, because we're not going to have water in Vegas. We're going to have something different, brother. My guy. Can't wait to see you in 2 weeks. It's going to be such a good fucking time, bro. I'm counting the days. I am counting the days.
Likewise, my brother.
And man, oh man, we're going to have to suit up with the mics, some like portable cameras and stuff. We're going to have a good time. We're going to get some content this year. Some real fucking content. Now, Nano, before we jump into how the fight plays out, how we think it's going to play out here, let's jump into these underdogs odds, yeah? So, I'll be honest. Even with a 12.5 adjustment on significant strikes, I don't like that for Kamaru. I do think he gets outstruck significantly in this fight. Am I right or wrong on that one? You with me?
Man.
Basically, he would just have to, 13 strikes is not a huge amount when you're talking about Joaquin Buckley.
Yeah.
Dude, his output. He's output personified.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's facts. I agree.
So that's what I'm worried about. Kamaru used to be, if this fight happened 5 years ago, if it was 5 years ago Usman versus today Joaquin, I would take that. I would probably take that bet. But right now, today, I don't know, dude. What I do know is I'm worried more than anything that Joaquin will go out there and get a finish. He is a finisher. He is a trickster. What are you thinking, man? Are there any props that are standing out to you? Because by knockout, for 0.03x more on the multiplier, I'm taken by finish. Fuck that. By submission, 11 times multiplier. Hell yeah, let's go. But I'm not dumb. Significant strike, 68.5 over under. It's iffy because if it goes 5 rounds, over. If it's a 2-round fight, like I am anticipating it could be, significantly under. And then you got the by round finishes. Like if we look at this and break this down here real quick, round 1 finish is a 3.3x multiplier. Round 2 finish is 4.2x. Round 3 is 5.4. Round 4 is 7.5. And round 5 is 9.94x multiplier. So that means they think if Joaquin finishes it, he has a higher likelihood of doing it in the first, in the second, or in the third. And that likelihood less than halves as they go into the fourth and fifth. So that tells me they see the prop of him getting a finish as a win here, even though it's sitting at a 1.16x multiplier. So all this to ask, do you think he gets the finish or not?
Man, that's tough. It's definitely tough, my brother. I feel like I don't see the finish happening either way, to be honest. I just think both guys, just like I felt about the last one, we're talking about the highest level at the highest level. Though Joaquin Buckley has given us one of the craziest knockouts we've ever seen with the reverse leg spinning, kind of back heel kick. And that's the one kind of way that Kamaru has been knocked out, is a kind of surprise gotcha with a leg kick to the dome and shut out the lights. Now that we know that can happen to a Kamaru, that obviously gives me a little bit of doubt, because Joaquin can land something like that. It's definitely possible. So, though I don't think it's going to happen, I think it's more likely that both these guys are savages. They give us a fucking banger of a 25-minute fight. The 2.5 takedowns, I might even consider the over. I just have the utmost of respect for Kamaru. I know we haven't seen it in a long time, and the last 2 losses to Leon over the last few years were kind of rough. But even that fight against Khamzat, man, I mean, boy, did he look like a fucking junkyard dog. And that's against the Khamzat Chimaev. He really stretched him thin, made him earn that that win. Or I guess what I should say is, Kamaru looked good in that loss. Like, it was a hell of a performance. Joaquin Buckley's wrestling's not on that level. So if it just comes in as pure striking, we know our boy Kamaru is going to be sharp with Trevor Whitman coaching him up, with Gaethje training with them. You are worried about the knees. I am too, because unfortunately that was always, Kamaru Usman's superpower, right? His ability to wrestle. Marty from Nebraska, he's very dominant in that realm. So I don't know if we're going to see that as much in the deployment of the just game plan, which does make me think that, honestly, if it is just a boxing match, like Joaquin Buckley poses some problems, man. He's a big, strong boy. He's got some long arms as well. Like, they match up really well, or I guess they are very close if you just kind of look at each of the attributes. The fact that Kamaru is an underdog, this is something I would sprinkle some on a next champion and just say, you know what, both guys, I can see it going both ways. Because Joaquin with minus 265 odds, I don't love that as much. I think I'd rather look at it and say, well, 215 for a juicy ex-champion to maybe go out there and shock the world. I think it can happen. When I look at the landscape of the division, all these guys in the top 10, all of a sudden the welterweight division is my favorite division. But all those guys, they can fight each other, lose to one another, but it's a gauntlet. It's all matchups. Like, styles make fights, and Kamaru is tough for anybody, everybody, 24/7, man. Till the wheels fall off. But I mean, again, so I like it. I mean, I'm gonna look at it in the sense of I think it's gonna be a war. I think we're gonna see 25 minutes. I think Joaquin Buckley, since he's younger, since he's fresher, he has good takedown defense, and he poses a lot of threats. Kamaru's, I think, gonna be a little more gun shy. And I think Joaquin will be more busy. He'll pass the eyeball test. I think he'll probably edge him out when it's all said and done. But I'm rooting for Kamaru to prove me wrong, maybe score some takedowns, which is why I would maybe lean the over, which is basically to land 3 over 25 minutes. I think it's possible. The whole thing that scares me is, Joaquin's quick to get up, and he's super explosive and athletic. I don't know, how quick or what the exact rule is to be ruled a takedown if, he drops him or he leg trips him and then he plops back up, right? I'm curious to know what exactly it's considered.
A takedown, there's no time limit on it. Your ass has to hit the mat or your back has to hit the mat. That's it.
Then I think Kamaru can score 3 points against a Joaquin Buckley. I do. So then that makes me confident.
Okay. So you reinstalled Underdogs on your phone, yeah?
Yep, I got it up right now.
Cool. So you're saying the bet should be the over on fight time, so 14.99 minutes on Rose Namajunas, and Kamaru Dean Usman to land over 2.5 takedowns.
If you aren't as high on that, because that could
No.
lead,
I'm asking you. This is what you're high on, yeah?
I would say even the 22-minute fight time one I like as well.
Which one are you highest on? I'm asking you to tell the people. What do you feel bullish on for this fight?
Well, if we're talking bullish, and because I do, go big or go home, we're getting a multiplier with that higher 0.1, 0.12. You know where I'm going, baby. Go big or go home. Give me Usman to get some takedowns. Come on, Marty.
All right. We got a game, folks. We got a game. If you're in the chat, I hope you're joining in. If you have not used Underdogs Fantasy, please check it out, folks. Nano, I hate to put you on the spot, but at the same time, I also love to put you on the spot. What do you think about you versus me? 2 units. We go my bet versus your bet. Hold on, let me open the door and let this fucking cat out. Jesus Christ. She's trying to go hang out with her siblings.
Oh. All right, y'all. We got this, right? We got this. I'm taking the bet. You know that. Don't tell him.
I mean, if she wanted to be on the show, all she had to do is ask, I'm happy to put her on. No. So with that being said, she was asleep and I didn't want to wake her up in her little
fair.
You know what I mean?
Yep, fair.
So with that being said, it'll be 2 units of yours versus 2 units of mine, and that'll be your pick.
Let's do it.
So Rose Namajunas coming in against Kamaru. So you got Rose with the over and Kamaru with the over.
Yep.
Kamaru with the over on 2.5 takedowns. Rose with the over on fight time.
Distance and 3 takedowns. That's what I need, baby. Come on.
Okay. So that is 2 units to, essentially double your money. I love that.
Here for. That's what we're here for, y'all. Turn 1 to 2.
That. So that's the bet on that one. Now, let's go here. I'm gonna go. I'm going to change the game entirely. I'm going to go 1.5 takedowns on Miranda Maverick over. I'm going to change the original bet. We're going to reinvent the wheel here, kid. And then we're also going to take the finish by Joaquin Buckley. We're going to 3.48x multiplier. And,
Sheesh.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that. We're hitting that for sure, as they say. People still say that, right? Hitting that for sure, dude. Funny thing about my back is it's located on my cock.
Hell yeah. Yes, we do still say that, and I always will.
One of the best films of all time, bro. One of the best films of all time. All right. Yeah. We're here. So we're doing Miranda Maverick plus 1.5 takedowns over, and we're taking the over on Joaquin Buckley. We're basically taking Joaquin to get a finish and Miranda to get 2 or more takedowns. That's a 3.4x multiplier. I'm doing 2 units on it. If your units are $50, that would mean $100 would get you 348. If your units are $25, that would mean that $50 would get you 174. Either way, we don't care what your unit size is. We're not asking you to pull out a tape measure. Okay? We love you guys. We're just asking that you tell us what the hell you're betting on this week. We'll go ahead and post ours on the Twitter. Okay? We'll let you know. For sure. And folks, we appreciate you for tuning in. We're right at that 2-hour mark, damn near. We've now officially covered the entire card. I think Joaquin gets it done. My guy. It's funny, usually I'm the guy that's with the old dog and he's the guy that's with the young dog. And
changing my tune this week, man. I don't know.
Changing of the tune here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Brother. Need to retune that guitar of yours. Something's going wrong.
Little crisscross.
Brother. crossing streams, as they say. No, we're not. No, we're not. Don't say that.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hey, whoa. Don't get your wires crossed, kid. With that being said, folks, if you made it this far, 2 hours in, or an hour and 59 minutes and 38 seconds, who's counting? Either way, what the hell are you doing if you haven't already liked, commented, subscribed, smash that bell for notifications? Right? I feel like that goes without saying, but this we'll say every single episode, folks. If you've tuned in this long, we'd really, really, truly appreciate it if you could do us two favors. And that's that you keep on going and you keep on growing, folks. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.